What is up, guys? Welcome to today's video. Hope everybody is staying safe out there, dealing with quarantine hair right now, so bear with me. And as always with all my videos, pugs are around, so pug related business, back at the door, scooting, snorting is always a possibility in these videos, so that may happen too. But welcome to today's video. If you've been following my channel recently, you've kind of seen the vegan stuff that I've been posting, and I did 6 months of being vegan, strict vegan, from November until around 2 weeks ago, where I had kind of an epiphany and decided to switch all, hence why I'm doing this video. I thought it's only fair to share with you why I'm no longer vegan, as much as I did share with you why I was vegan. So let's get straight into it. I'll start from the beginning. 6 months ago, I got back from vacation around November time, and my goal was to go completely vegan. This was based on purely ethics. I didn't watch Game Changers and be like, you know what, I'm gonna go out and eat vegan and be the best athlete in the world. Not the case at all. As good and as well done that documentary was, it's not 100% factual, and it's just not, I'm not gonna say any more about that. But anyways, it was purely ethical. I'd seen so many videos about animal farming, factory farming, and these horrendous videos that I'd kind of been put into the back of my mind. And I know a lot of us do that when it comes to food, because we haven't been taught where food comes from. My ethics still stand, although going back to eating meat. But that's what kind of changed me to being vegan in the first place, was how can I love my dogs? How can I do this and then still eat these beings that have been trapped in these horrendous prisons across the world? And I just couldn't have an answer for that, so my only answer was to go vegan. So I did that for the first 6 months, for the first 4 months, sorry, 3 months I'd probably say. For the first 3 months, I felt okay. I didn't have this weird kind of hyper energy like most vegans you see online going, oh my god, I felt amazing, I finally felt like me again, I felt so good. That's not what happened. I never felt like that. I never got that endorphin rush from being vegan. Was my my ethics, my mindset clearer? Was I able to feel like a better person for not eating meat? Yeah, although on hindsight that's changed now. But yeah, I didn't feel like that at all. For the first 3 months, I just felt, if anything, I can tell you guys, the only benefit that I saw was I felt a bit lighter. In the gym, I seemed to recover a little bit better. But again, that could have been all placebo. I was hyper aware to the fact. And that's also something you should look into when starting any new diet, that you're always hyper aware to changes when you're starting something new in your life. So it might not be the actual diet itself, it's just you recognizing things that you wouldn't normally recognize. And then after that 3 month mark, I started to get headaches consistently. From the time I went to bed, from the time I woke up, consistent headaches. And I've never, ever struggled with headaches in my life. People that have migraines, I can't relate to, I don't have a clue, but I was getting that. I was getting pulsing headaches in the back of my skull, all the way back to kind of the front of my cranium, into my eye, just these pulsating headaches. So I was like, something's not right. So I had multiple blood tests. My first vegan blood test showed that my iron levels were in the tank. My ferritin, which is supposed to be between 20 and 200 levels, was at 3. So close to 0. 3, which is super low. And bearing in mind, at that point, I was eating more iron on a percentage level. I was using an app Chronometer to be able to track all of my food, and I was getting like 300% of my iron. So around kind of like 35 milligrams to 40 milligrams of iron per day. So I was getting more than I've ever had in my life. As a guy, I've always kind of stayed away from eating too much iron because we don't need it as much as women. And that was based on following vegan YouTubers who were like, you don't need a multi. I'd been a big multi guy before that, but you don't need a multi. You need to eat whole foods, you get all the vitamins from that, and you need to eat iron-rich foods and all this. So I did that, and my iron tanked. And then doing more research, with my headache still been the same, I bought an iron supplement, although I was dubious because I was like, if I take an iron supplement, my iron goes up, then I go back to my diet, it'll go back down. So I was in this kind of weird conundrum of what to do. And now one thing I want to point on in this video as well, with vegan YouTubers that use that do the full days of eating, like I don't eat a multi, I don't do this, I get all my nutrients from food, vitamins, which is great. You should get most of your nutrients, vitamins from food, which is awesome, but they need to be clearer. The more research I've done, they need to be clearer with a vegan diet that there are certain things that are stopping you from getting nutrients. So phytates in beans, all these high protein stuff in a vegan diet, nuts, phytic acid, are actually inhibiting you sometimes. They're stealing stuff like zinc, iron, calcium. So when I think I'm getting 45% from a portion of beans, it's actually being inhibited by phytic acid. Yes, you can pair that with vitamin C and it enhances the absorption, but that's not always a given. And I didn't know that. It's not something that I have even seen spoken about with vegan YouTubers. So they kind of need to be a bit more clear when they're specifying about that. But regardless, I was still passionate about staying true to the vegan diet and staying on point with that. I even posted online, someone was like, some ultra vegan was like, shut up, just take the supplements, the animals are dying. That was good enough for me. I was in a different mindset. But then again, I started feeling generally not well, not myself, not energy. Libido was down, which was affecting me and my wife, and just kind of not feeling like me, not feeling like I had the same energy. I didn't want to work out as much. And just all these things that were kind of weirdly happening and never happened before. And I know a lot of vegans, if you watch this video, are going to be like, well, you didn't do it right. You didn't do the diet right. You didn't do this and do that. I guarantee, in a non-cocky way, I guarantee that I did that diet, I did the vegan diet 95% better than most vegans out there. I guarantee that. I track my nutrition all the time, whether I'm following omnivorous, keto, fucking carnivore, although I wouldn't do that, carnivore or vegan diet. I track everything. And even when I was vegan, I was tracking more stuff than I ever have in my whole life. I was to an unhealthy point over obsessing about the numbers, but making sure I get my iodine, manganese, magnesium, zinc, iron, all this stuff, and the supplements kept adding up. But basically, I was making sure everything was covered to 100% of my nutrients. And prior to that, I just used my fitness pal, just focused on carbs, fats, and proteins, my macros. It went to a vegan diet where I was focusing on all of these vitamins and minerals that I'd never focused about in my life before. So anyone that says I didn't do it correctly, I believe that is wrong. I did it to the best of my ability, tracking everything, and I don't think most vegans do that. Most vegans just focus on, this is vegan, that's all I've got to focus about. I focused on the health standpoint, and I'm coming from a standpoint that I never, ever, ever, throughout my time of being vegan, said meat wasn't healthy. Meat, to me, is a powerhouse nutrient food, and any vegan that says it is unhealthy, I believe is lying to you. It definitely has healthy benefits, and that's just science. That's just factually there. You can say that it's bad in certain processed meat or certain ways that you can make that argument, but meat as a whole, when it's grass-fed, pastured, to me is a healthy product. But anyways, I'm sidetracking again. So basically, forward all the way until May this month, 2 weeks ago, again, I kept having this craving, and I kept looking at my dog's food. This is how bad it got. I kept looking at my dog's food. So they have raw dog food, so they have a very luxurious diet, which you switch up. They have llama, goat, lamb, pork, buffalo, bison, duck, and I kept preparing their food, and this is no lie at all. That was the only time during the day, during my vegan diet, that I would salivate when I was preparing their food. And that to me was a massive eye-opener too, but I would kind of push it back in my mind like, no, stay vegan, it's about the animals. And then one day we was at the park, again 2 weeks ago, or park if you're from America or Canada. I was at the park, and I just said to my wife, who followed me through the vegan diet, she stuck with it, although she was not on board with it, she stayed with it, which I really appreciate her for. I said, let's eat meat tonight. There's a place called Antler in Toronto, does wild game meat, so like venison, rabbit, bison, buffalo, all that stuff, or wild salmon, all this good stuff. And they do a game box, let's get it. And she was like, are you trying to trick me? Are you trying to like, see if I'll fall for it, and then you're gonna pull it back? Because I think she'd been craving meat. And I said, no, let's do it. I'm craving meat. I want to see if this makes a difference to my headaches. I want to see if this makes a difference to my energy. And within 2 days of incorporating eggs, meat back into my diet, my headaches didn't completely go away, but they 90% massively subsided, which was insane to me. My energy, my libido came back. Insane. Within 2 days of incorporating that back. Was that placebo? I'm willing to accept that maybe it was placebo as well. It could have been that, going back to meat and expecting results. But my main thing that I took out of the vegan diet, which I will not go back to in the future, I will not go back to the vegan diet, since going back to meat and feeling this energy and feeling a million times better, the ethics still stand. Animal farming, factory farming is horrendous, and we need to start to look at where our food comes from and what the health benefits of that food. I am a massive believer in the energy of the food. So how is your food being treated? Is it allowed to be the animal that it's supposed to be? Where's your fruit and veg coming from? Is it natural? Is it non-GMO? So these are the things that I've taken away from a vegan diet that before I'd just go to the store and buy a pack of meat and I wouldn't think where it came from. But through education and through doing this, I know now that I need to pay a little bit more in the store, which I'm happy to buy free-range organic eggs, pasture-raised grass-fed beef, all this stuff, that organic chickens that have been allowed to roam and be chickens. My ethics haven't changed. And before, even when I was vegan, I know that we're designed to eat meat, in my opinion. So my ethics are still the same. I just now make better choices. Even though it's more expensive, as it should be, you shouldn't be able to go to McDonald's and get a 99-cent burger. You shouldn't be able to do that. It's ridiculous. And that is not the healthy choice. The healthy choice is to get grass-fed, pasture-raised. I know some vegans will disagree with me with this, but in my opinion, and this is my video, in my opinion, we are supposed to eat animals. And I believe that we thrive off it. Not that you can't do a vegan diet and be healthy, I'm not saying that. But for me, someone that I believe I followed it to the line, it didn't make me healthy, it made me unhealthier. So 2 weeks in, I'm feeling way better. My headaches aren't there at all. My energy levels are through the roof. I feel a lot better. My strength is getting better. And that is no way to justify the ethics, but it's to justify my health. In one of my past videos, I said that when I was mid-vegan, I said that even if my health faltered 20%, I would still be vegan. Looking back in hindsight, that's a lie. 20% is a lot, and we need to look at our health. But with that, we need to look at the products we're buying. We need to realize we need to respect the animals, respect the farmers, respect where this is coming from and how it gets to our table, how it gets to our plate. Not just buying stuff from the store. So that's the message that I've taken away from eating vegan for 6 months. And I'm, like I said, feeling way better now that I've incorporated and I'm eating like I have for the last 29 years, but a lot better, a lot more mindful. So thanks for watching this video, guys. We're coming on kind of like 14 minutes, so I feel like I should wrap it up. I need some Oscar music in the back to wrap it up. But thanks for watching this video. I hope you liked it. Comment below. You know I like to speak to you guys and discuss whatever you want to discuss about. If you want to debate this, let's debate it. Let's have a friendly debate. Whatever. Let's talk. But thanks for watching, guys. I will see you in the next one. Keep safe and just keep doing what you're doing to keep a healthy, strong lifestyle.